legal talk show where we get to dissect legal jargons and legal intricacies for the common Mwananchi. My name is Colines Mulyeku, and this is Law in the Neighborhood. Welcome back to our second segment, which is legal bulletin. So for this legal bulletin ya leo, we have something interesting. Now, it is something I know naleta joto hapa na pale kidogo, especially to Nyiha. But yeah, let's which is legal bulletin. So for this legal bulletin ya leo, we have something interesting. Now, it is something I know naleta joto hapa na pale kidogo, especially to Nyiha. But yeah, let's which is legal bulletin. So for this legal bulletin ya leo, we have something interesting. Now, it is something I know naleta joto hapa na pale kidogo, especially to Nyiha. But yeah, let's which is legal bulletin. Joto. We have something interesting. Now, within 90 days, there has to be by-elections, right?
Yeah.
We've had almost, I think most, it has been Peter 5.
Statistically, or not MPs, but you know now in the Constitution it refers to them as electoral positions.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 14 of them. 14. Kuna watu hadi hawana senator.
Vacant.
People without a senator. People without a senator. Is it which place is that without a senator? Uko kwa I've forgotten the place, but there are people who don't have a senator. Literally. He died, no senator. Why? No Iebc.
No Iebc, chair, no Iebc. So we had that, is it, they were called Cherera 5,
Cherera 4.
Cherera 4.
The Cherera 4.
Commissioners who...
Usiguze yo mambo.
Yeah, walienda.
Out of dissenting, they were forced out of office, might I say.
They had, are they the same people who had opaque opinions? You know, they said it was done in opaque manner.
In an opaque manner. Just because you dissent,
na unapanda asas, okay, sijui niseme kukula kiburi yako ama niseme aje, lakini whatever happened. But the question is, we've had IBC in shambles for 3 years. The late chairperson is dead. So as Chebukati rests, he's been alive for 3 years, but azaona successor wake mpaka mmeacha ameenda na jamoni. But that's besides the point. The point is, if now the people of those who've not had representatives, especially MPs in parliament, 5 years, for 3 years, I don't know. Like, is it even making sense, Nyiha?
It's so detrimental. I think we should highlight the detriment of what is happening without the IEBC being reconstituted. First of all, you find that, you know, there's work they haven't done. They forfeited their duty.
Yeah.
Review their boundaries. It was supposed to be done February 2024.
When is today? This is 2025.
Tuko mwezi gani, guys?
It is
June nama.
It is due 1 year.
March.
Yeah.
That is literally gross violation of
the last time
the Constitution, because they're supposed to review it's
after 12.
That's article.
After it is Article 89 of the Constitution.
Article 89. They're supposed to review within
boundaries.
8 to 12
years.
And they reviewed lastly in 2012.
That's a long time, bro.
Mambo ni mbaya.
Apo hata sijui. That's a okay, Nyiha, now help me see this. some people view it as a strategy. Some people want to politicize the whole thing. Some people want to bring in propaganda. But the question is, if actually IEBC was to do boundaries reviewing, it's only 2 years before 2027 comes elections. Now, we know preparation for elections takes most of the time. We've not had registration of voters. We've not had that boundary reviewal. So what will be the priority now for the 2 years? If the commissioner comes into place, will he prioritize
the registration, the review boundaries?
They are all important.
It's a very sad state of affairs, because you know it will have impacts in the coming elections. Not as iko mbali, because 2027 is literally
na vile unasemanga
mimi nakwambia 2027 inanigeuza activist.
Kama enda rafiki yangu,
do not, by the way, where is the camera? Please, I'll repeat this again. Kindly 2027, if you're my friend, mimi nikipatana na wewe nikose the black mark,
when it betrayal,
family and friends, it's very important, very crucial for our future. Not even like sasa leave our parents, leave our shoshos, leave our the people who were in school now. We're the ones who are going to carry our country. We are literally the viongozi wa kesho. Kesho imefika. Kesho is here with us. And if we don't make the correct choices, we're gonna cry. We're gonna suffer.
Nyiha, I was listening to MCJC, alikuwa Mic Check podcast. Yeah, shout out to Mic Check. Nawapenda sana. I listen to them. So nilikuwa nasikia akiongea, and he was saying, sahi vile majenzi tuko, hatuwezi understand when it comes, ikifika ile age ya 40s huko, alafu Nyiha ndio CS wa maji, Nyiha ndio CS wa security na hizo vitu zingine. As in sifiki ile time ndio tuna realize we were supposed to be ama we were supposed to be in the know before coming here. Hizi vitu zinajengwa pole. So we should not just leave it for those people who aspire to do, or rather to go to that route. But I feel like at this point, as Kenyans, we need to understand one thing. It is a collective responsibility.
Exactly.
I was listening to Jimmy Wanjigi again, and this is what he was saying. He was saying Kenya has had political liberation. And it was not an easy task.
Blood was shed, lives were lost.
And just like political liberation, Kenya is currently facing economic crisis.
Exactly.
And it needs economic liberation.
And believe it or not, the economic crisis has some sort of political influence to it. And that's the only way we are literally gonna liberate it.
You can't avoid politics. People have to know that.
When I don't do politics.
You can't avoid it, because if it's not affecting you now, it will affect you.
It literally does affect you. It does affect everything.
It
literally does. So when someone is talking about
you spend the politics,
I won't vote, I won't.
That's so wrong. I think people should just change. I'm literally.
It's so hard to hear, please.
No, ni because nasikianga vibaya sana.
It's very sad. It's very. Na sasa you see, like IEBC, me personally mnanikosea, because I'm not even yet a registered voter.
It's just my first time I want to vote.
Fresh out of high school, I want to vote.
Alafu you're there, you do not have a commissioner to register as me as a voter.
Simnipen ko commissioner. I volunteer as tribute jamani.
That's so wrong.
It's very wrong.
Unajua, mimi, the moment two people will understand, we cannot evade politics. And the only way to do it is for us kukuwa, number one, be informed. Number two, to see this as a collective responsibility for us to have EU liberation. And it's so much possible, Nyiha. It's so much possible.
It's
I believe
very, very
it's
possible.
So much possible.
It's very possible.
Okay. Apart from that, I was watching is it Daybreak? This program was, so there was this kuna hizi rumors. You remember after Ruto came into power, we had mandamano staged by the opposition, and then we had a committee that formed NADCO report. The NADCO report, apparently not so many people know about the NADCO report, but Baba went for the AU seat, and then he's back at home, and he's back unajua what he's good at, politics. and then he's now more forming to be part of the government. So I was just seeing that day, part of the government, and he wants the NADCO report to be fully implemented.
Yeah, it was the agreement they made back then. What year was that?
The NADCO report.
See, it was the file they came up with.
Yeah.
Demands and
yeah. So the NADCO report, lazima kukuwe na hiyo prime minister position.
The seat, yeah.
Lazima kukuwe na hiyo position. Sasa nashangaa position ndio prime minister. So
like it's even very saddening. Mambo tunafaa kwa tukiprioritize. I don't know if people understand the detriment, the extent of the damage being done by the Iebc not being
in place.
Yeah, because I can imagine how does the operation in those constituencies and those wards zenye hawana a leader, how do things, how is there even money delegated, how is it allocated?
That's the thing. Bursaries, that's what the two bursaries too.
Now imagine
bursaries too.
Money is being lost, it's being embezzled, and there's even no one to be accountable.
There's no one, literally.
Hakuna mtu akukuwa accountable because unakuwa accountable kama nani. There's no one in the seat. It's a very unfortunate state of affairs.
Very vague.
Very, 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 very saddening. Mimi najam tu sana.
Ara juu I was seeing and people were comparing MPs like, yeah, if you go to, there's that, is it Ndirinyoro, if you go to his constituency, I do not have to tell you that this guy is working. Yeah. I was just listening to someone akisema, you do not have to say this guy is working because you can just see it.
Yeah.
And that's why hata nikisimama mbele ya watu sifai hata kuambia ati nao vitu zinafanya kazi and stuff.
Literally,
it's people who are supposed to. Yeah. So I'm just wondering, for those people who do not have MPs, okay, area time sasa nikwambie, so leo nasalimia ma MPs hata wananga kusalimia.
For real, like
wananga mtopsa eri mkuwe na hapo corrupt, lakini at least mnajua in future this is the person atakuwa held accountable.
Yeah.
But say there is no one.
Unadi like anyone to take accountability.
That's the problem.
It's not really nice. It's not really. And you know what annoys me is like when you look at the prioritization of issues. Literally, it's a very sad state of affairs. Yani, instead of focusing, this is a very serious matter.
Yeah.
Imagine a leaderless constituency, a leaderless county, a leaderless. It's a state of leaderless equals chaos. Literally. There's a lot of unaccountability. There's no law. There's nothing. There's nothing in operation. Mko tu, because you have no one to answer to. You have no one who is at the top of the hierarchy when it comes to the chain of command. So like, can imagine, like, instead of focusing on these issues every day, to like achana na hiyo barabara yenye inatoka Mandera, bro. Like
that means so much go serious about that. I don't know why you mentioned it.
Kuja unini, like just come and like reconstitute the Iebc. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you actually think it's a strategy? And as you answer that, do you as well maybe have someone in mind who you could endorse as the commissioner of Iebc?
For the commissioner of Iebc, I endorse myself. No, in all seriousness, I literally don't think I've given it much thought. Sayata, literally, wacha tu kukwenu huo commissioner, tutaanza kumkemea akiwa hapo. Let them first. And I even had, like, there are a lot of applications. It was 1,000 and something.
1,000?
People have applied. 1,000 of you guys want to be the commissioner.
Damn, that's a big number.
1,000 and something. It's like slightly over 1,000, but it's Africa 1,500. If I'm not wrong.
That's a big number.
I'm not really like accurate with the particular numbers. I read about it as I was scrolling by. I really don't have someone in mind, but like actually thinking about it critically. This is somehow I don't want to say this is basically a conspiracy, but it has an aspect of what if in it, because ukiangalia the workload and your commissioner atakuwa nayo by the time anaingia, it's gonna lead to a fault in the created system when it comes to the elections of 2027.
Yeah.
It's gonna really have a sort of influence to the election, which is not actually for justice but against justice. Because you can imagine, like, how will the registration of voters happen? Like, venye kunaelekea hii mambo naona kama commissioner atakuja by the end of the year. Let's not hope that. Let's hope they come earlier
than that.
Ebu imagine when you have like that limited time. Nani wataweza kuregister? Nani wata, you know, like when you look at it, if you wanted to conspire that way, that it's a strategy, it's not a theory that I disagree with. When you come to think of it in a particular angle. When you think of it that way. What about you? Like, do you think...
Okay, I get so many people to debate on that hapo X. So mimi siku hizi hata sijuangi what to believe and what juu hata nakonga tu hapo. But I pray to my God, namwambia tu, me, I love Kenya, I love my country, I'm so patriotic. I love my country. I won't lie to you, Nyiha. Mi ukachini, and I usually watch some documentaries and I'm like, I'm so proud to be a Kenyan.
Yeah.
Even if we don't get hizo vitu zote, I'm so proud to be a Kenyan. And with that, as in, Mungu tu onekania watu, they just do the right thing to mind others. As in, you tu ndo mimi naweza sema kwa sasa. Honestly speaking, I've never understood the political cards. Asa tu niziachie hapo. Anyway, we're taking a short break. When we'll be back with a legal curiosity. And the question we're asking today, what do you think about the Iebc Reconstitution and the vacant positions, that is the wards and the senatorial vacancy and the MP vacancies? What do you think? Should they just be elected to serve for these remaining 2 years? Or what do you think? What are just your general views regarding the Iebc Reconstitution? We'll be back in a few. Keep it locked. This is Low in the Neighborhood.
1, 2, 3, 4.
that you didn't know that you didn't know exists, or you didn't know about its applicability. This is Law in the Neighborhood. If you've not subscribed, please press that subscription button to motivate us to go on higher levels. Anyway, Nyiha, karibu sana. Tuambie uko na yapi kwenye jikoni, uko na yapi
pale nikizunguka sijui nilikuwa nazunguka wapi, but like I was just perusing around and I don't know if you've seen what is happening pale. It's called Kakuma, the refugee camp. Yeah, they have been striking. They are not getting like their regular supplies. They have not been getting the regular supplies because this is due to the funding was cut by USAID. Ukiona Trump alifika akasema bana, nyisi taxpayers
na mnataka kila kitu
mjipange. I really can't comment about that move because actually echoing the words of the former president Uhuru alisema mambo ya maana sana.
Pesa si yenu.
Pesa si wewe, unalipanga tax wapi?
Kenya kula pesa.
Na unataka nini? Unasema nini USAID? Unasema nini?
But I feel like those other people that were affected sana.
I'm not gonna comment on that. But like
but is it true really? I didn't get that connection.
The connection
when people are saying the people who are affected ni wale watu makalas. Sasa sikuelewa how.
Acha nikwambie hizo ni mambo ambayo
hutaki kuzigiza.
I wash my hands. I'm pulling up it's called Pontius Pilate move.
Unazitoa.
I wash my hands. I recuse myself from the matter. So yeah, as I saw that, it actually led me to think about how does the law relate to immigration?
Walijipataje
Kenya? How did they even attain the refugee status? And I think the best thing to start is by defining what's like immigration, basically, the concepts. Immigration, this is a concept of moving in and out a country, basically moving in and out. And it brings us to the question, does the Kenyan law facilitate this immigration process? Does it have things that govern who can get in, who can go out,
and when
this even delves into the matter of citizenship, who can be a citizen, who can be, and you find that actually the law of Kenya has a lot of legislation and also some constitutional provisions on this particular matter. For example, for someone to attain a refugee status, I didn't really think that you have like steps to attain that particular status. But pale ukifungua the section 12 of Refugee Act.
There's the Refugee Act.
Yeah, there's Refugee Act. Yeah, there is a Refugee Act of
I came across it
of 2021. Actually, there was one of 2006, but I think it has been amended recently in 2021. And sasa when it comes to mambo ya refugees, this are now kidogo will start borrowing from like the international conventions, mambo za UN. We will borrow a lot from that international law, yeah. But like I found that there are sections relating to the refugees. Kwa hivyo, for someone to attain the status of a refugee, there has to be certain. There's a threshold provided pale section 12 of the Refugees Act. We also find the Constitution, for example, in Article 14 and 15 deals with citizenship. For example, it recognizes dual citizenship. It recognizes citizenship for people who once born in Kenya. Unajua unaweza kuja, you come to Kenya, you stay, after a while unaona
ni home.
Mambo sasa, wacha niache kukua immigrants. I want to now become a Kenyan citizen. And I think on the issue of citizenship, there's a very interesting case pale 2018 which happened Miguna.
I loved that case. I read it last week.
Versus the cabinet
Secretary
of Interior.
Fred Matiang'i. I was actually it was
in 2018, yeah?
Yeah, I was actually reading it, and they had the way they had cited that case, Miguna versus Fred Matiang'i, then
the cabinet
Secretary
of Interior.
Yeah.
Yani Miguna, he did denounce his citizenship, and
He didn't.
I think he denounced it. Like I can't really remember the particulars, but he did denounce it, and he was deported.
But I feel like he didn't, because I was reading that case.
It was an implication, yani, from what he has said. It was a very...
Because he's a citizen of Kenya by birth, right?
Yeah.
That is so much undeniable, unless otherwise.
And that is what was held, because... Okay, now you know, that case had a political aspect to it. When you think about it, it had a political aspect to it. But when you go and read the case in summary, generally the court held that the government cannot revoke one's citizenship, especially when it is acquired through birth.
Yeah. So the fact that the Interior CS denounced him as not citizen of Kenya, akasema yeye citizen of Canada,
yeah.
That was the part nilikuwa naangalia sana, like how
unashangaa hii mambo gani anasema nini,
and the actual person mwenye alikuwa afanyiwe hivyo yeah, baba back in